Arrest. The manhunt for the mail bomb suspect ends in South Florida.
Right now, Cesar Sayoc is in custody. Officials say he is responsible for sending bombs in the mail to the Obamas, Clintons, CNN, and other Democratic politicians. And just hours ago, more bombs were intercepted.
Team coverage tonight across South Florida on his arrest and ties to Palm Beach County. Michael Williams starts us off with what we know right now. Michael.
Thank you, Jay and Ann. Technology and tenacity, the tenacity of hundreds of lawmen around the country, led to the arrest in this parking lot of this auto parts store in Plantation today of the pipe bomb suspect. And the technology I talk about, FBI labs able to lift a latent fingerprint, one fingerprint, and along with that, DNA, that fingerprint coming from one of the 13 pipe bombs sent to high-ranking Democrats across the country. And all of that allowed them to pull the threads together, leading to the arrest. Here's a look at your suspect in this case, 56-year-old Cesar Sayoc, described as a bodybuilder and a former stripper as well, and as somebody who on social media and elsewhere offered support and did support President Donald Trump. No official motive given in this case, though he was described as a partisan, but they're plumbing the depths of this man's mentality and his motivation before they'll say anything official. But the DOJ today did talk about this arrest after 5 days of terror.
Let this be a lesson to anyone, regardless of their political beliefs, that we will bring the full force of law against anyone who attempts to use threats, intimidation, and outright violence to further an agenda. We will find you, we will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
As we speak tonight, and as the suspect sits in a federal detention cell not far from here, the South Florida ties come more sharply into focus, and that includes Avantura, Florida, north of downtown Miami, where Amy Lippman is. That is where the suspect's mother has lived, and she follows up on that part of the story. Amy?
The Avantura police chief deemed the apartment here in Biscayne Cove safe after a search and investigation this afternoon. Now, this apartment is listed as Sayoc's primary residence, but his family's attorney says that Sayoc hasn't been here in 3 years. It's his mom's apartment, and Sayoc has shown signs of mental illness. All eyes on Cesar Sayoc across the United States.
This is shocking.
And here in Avantura, his family's lawyer says nobody was more shocked to hear Sayoc is being accused of sending several packages with pipe bombs than his own mom.
This is a family that loves their community, loves Avantura, loves Florida, loves America. His mother happens to be a Democrat. They're in shock at their son's behavior.
Sayoc's mom lives in an apartment here in Biscayne Cove. It underwent a thorough search by the Bomb Squad Friday.
The residence in question has been deemed safe, and all of our residents are safe.
But Sayoc's mom wasn't home because she had a pre-planned surgery Friday morning.
I just left her at the hospital. She was actually crying. She cannot believe this has occurred. It is beyond her wildest nightmare.
Her attorney, Ron Lowy, says Sayoc hasn't even been to this apartment in years. He's been estranged from his family, showing signs of mental illness, but unwilling to get help.
The mother thinks it's very sad. He's been very sick. They've tried to get him treated. He's refused to even be evaluated all these years. He's told his mother that he hates her. That was their last communications.
Lowy represented Sayoc back in 2002 when Sayoc was charged with calling in a threat to Florida Power and Light, but he does not intend to represent him in this federal case. Reporting live in Avantura, Amy Lippman, WPTV News Channel 5.